everyone, myself Bhumi Patel, Assistant Professor at LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology in the Department of Instrumentation and Control. Today's our topic is various brand is used for the different PLC and their revolution in the unit number 20. Okay, so first of all, what is the programmable logic controller? So definition according to the NEM standard ICS 31978, a digitally operating electronics which uses a programming memory for the internal storage of instruction for implementing specific functions such as logic, sequencing, timing, counting, and arithmetic to control through a digital or analog modules and the various types of the machines and the process. So using the PLC, we can define the different type of logic function, timing function, counting function, and the arithmetic function to control some type of digital or the analog modules. Okay, so first of all, leading brands of PLC that is used for the PLC programming. So first of all, American, they will use the Allen Bradley, Texas Instrumentation, General Electric, Gutter Hammer, and the Square D. In the European, they will use the brand of the PLC like Siemens, Testo, Telemecanics. Okay, and in the Japanese, they will use the Toshiba, Omron, Fanus, and the Mitsubishi. In India, generally we use the Allen Bradley, Schneider PLC, and the Delta PLC for the programming as well as the hardware configuration. So first of all, different types of factors that is used when the consider on selecting PLC. So whenever we select the PLC for this particular plant or the system, there are some factors considered to use or to choose the particular PLC. So first factor to consider in selecting PLC is the overall cost. As you know, the overall cost of the PLC is less compared to the other software, but if we can use the PLC for the particular plant or the system for this particular requirement, so we choose the less number of cost or the lower cost for this particular system. But whenever we choose the cost, we know about that if we can connect the PLC for this particular system and the PLC is run 24 hours and 365 days for this particular plant. Suppose if we design the level controller, so the controller that is used for this particular system is the level, and we can check the inflow and outflow for this particular system, and we can connect the PLC for this particular input and output. So throughout the system, we continues check the inflow and the outflow for this particular level controller. So that time, this type of plant, we can connect the PLC such that PLC hardware will be run 24 hours and the 365 days. If we can choose the PLC like that, if any problem is arise, my system will be stopped for this particular time. So there will be big problem for this particular system. So while you choose the selection of the PLC, the cost is the important factor. If we can choose the PLC for a one-time process, that time we can choose the lower cost of PLC. But if we can run the PLC 24 hours, that time we cannot consider the overall cost for the selection of PLC. Okay, the next one is the serviceability and the support. Now, as you know, as we studied earlier, that we can connect the input module and the output module for this particular PLC hardware. If the input module is not properly support to the PLC hardware. Suppose example is like that. If we can use the data PLC and if we can connect the push button switch like the input module. If this input module is not supported by the data PLC hardware, so we cannot get the output for this particular plant. So this support is the most important while we can connect the hardware for this particular system, and the serviceability. If any problem arises in the software as well as hardware, we can easily solve. So this factor is also important while we are selecting a particular PLC. The third one is the flexibility and expandability. As we discussed earlier, the PLC hardware is not connected for this particular plant. Okay, so we can connect with the temperature controller, low pressure controller, flow controller. So the flexibility is more compared to the other software. If the PLC software is not flexible to this particular system, so it is not useful for this particular plant. So it is not proper selection of the PLC. And the expandability. What is the meaning of the expandability? So if we can connect the Schneider PLC and the PLC input capacity is 24 input and the 16 output. Okay, while we are running the plant, that time we require only 20 input and the 10 output. So we can choose the PLC like 24 input and the 16 output. Now if my plant or the system will be increased, first of all we can use only one level controller, but meanwhile it is required that we can connect more than one level controller. That time we can connect the two controller for this particular system. It is known as the 2 degree of freedom control. So now the input capacity required is more compared to the one level controller. Okay, now if we have only 24 input capacity but we require 30 input capacity. So what should we do? So we require only 6 more input for this particular system. So it is not necessary that you have to purchase a new PLC hardware for this particular plant, because whenever we design the system, we also decide the overall system or overall cost for this particular system. So we can put an extra slot for the input and output for this particular PLC hardware. So whenever we design the PLC hardware, suppose my capacity is 24, so we can put extra space for the, suppose 4 or 6 input will be extra there to connect for this particular system. So our aim is that we require 30 input. The capacity of the PLC hardware is 24. So we can choose the extra input output for this particular system. So the benefit is that we cannot connect the two PLC hardware for this particular system. So we can also expand the PLC hardware as well as the software programming throughout the system. Okay, so it is also main factor while we are selecting a PLC, flexibility and the expandability. The fourth one is the training. Okay, while we purchase a new hardware or the software, we don't know about how to run the software or how to connect the hardware for this particular system. So training is also important for this particular system. If training is provided, so it is easy to simulate the PLC programming and it is easy to connect the input module and the output module for this particular system. So the next factor is the training and the last one is the documentation. If we purchase the PLC and the company provide the PLC that is provide the training for this particular employee. Okay, now the training period is done, PLC working is properly. Meanwhile, any problem is arise. So they will provide some documentation for the fault condition. If any type of problem is arise, we can easily read the documentation for this particular system and we can easily solve the problem that is arise for this PLC hardware. So documentation is also important while selection of the PLC. So the main factor that to be considered while selection of the PLC is overall cost, expandability, flexibility, support, then the training, and the last one is the documentation. Now the next, while they will provide the training, there are many different types of factors affected while training is there. So the first point is training supplied at all? If training is provided, it is supplied at all. Is training provided on site at your plant? That means if we purchase the PLC for this particular plant, so training is provided or at your plant. If training does not take place at your plant, if there is problem to provide the training for your place, that time what should be the other option? That is decide for the PLC hardware company. What will it cost for employee to be away for the training at the regional center or the company home office? If they will not provide the training at your plant, so what will be the overall cost for this particular employee that is taking the training for the away of this plant? Okay, and the last one is training included when system upgrades are involved. As you know, whenever we purchase the PLC, it is the latest version, but in every year there is some upgradation is required for this particular PLC hardware as well as software. So it is also included, that is training included when the system upgrades are involved. So there are some factors regarding training provided by this at your plant or the other company. And the last one is the training conducted by industrial experienced instructor who know how to communicate with the electrician and the electronics technicians. Okay, if training provided, what is the best person that is for the training? It is the experienced instructor, and he has the knowledge about the electrician as well as electronics, because whenever we connect the PLC for this particular system, the input module and the output module is also important for this particular system. And the last one is the documentation. As we discussed earlier, in the documentation they will provide the user manual and the software support. Which type of PLC that we have to purchase for this particular company, they will provide all the user manual for this hardware as well as software support. So meanwhile any problem arise for this PLC hardware, we can easily solve using this documentation. So there are some factors whenever we consider a selection of PLC, depending upon the plant, depending upon the system, and depending upon the process, the factor to be varied. But the main thing is that we can consider such type of factor while selection of the PLC. Thank you everyone. If anyone have doubt regarding the selection of PLC, that you have to contact in my email ID. Thank you again.